Plus now I'm headed to class. I'm still 20%, so get your head out your ass. I'm the antonym of the internet, still cleaning up the viruses that you had left. I think I'm falling in love again. Don't stop until you hear the I'm the antonym of the internet, been fighting on new grounds over if my love is valid. Fuck the cynicism, let the colors fly. Don't care, you think it's cringe because it's not your life. She said, do you like waffles? I said, hell yeah. Been watching Equals 3 until 2 a.m. I ain't got no iPhone, but I got a DS with a keychain, a pinky. Her cupcakes are the best. I've been failing my classes cause I don't give a damn. They say the world is my oyster, but the free market's a scam. Everything's been changing since last generation was born, and they won't try to take and change. Use a two-edged sword. I'm the antonym of the internet, still cleaning up the viruses that you had left. I think I'm falling in love again. Don't stop until you I'm the antonym of the internet, been fighting on new grounds over if my love is valid. Fuck the cynicism, let the colors fly. Don't care, you think it's cringe because it's not your life. It's never too late to fall in love with the world. Your past is not today, so set your stride with a twirl. Yeah, we've all made mistakes before, that's the fact of life. But once you restate your heart, you'll be just fine. Now with your life, you say it's all mine, all mine. Revel in your friends and hobbies, let your heart speak. Wanna drift to say some shit, just block that internet freak. I'm the antonym of the internet, still cleaning up the viruses that you had left. I think I'm falling in love again. Don't stop until you I'm the antonym of the internet, been fighting on new grounds over if my love is valid. Fuck the cynicism, let the colors fly. Don't care, you think it's cringe because it's not your life.
Alright everybody, welcome back to Wuchang. Hey guys, so, I figured out what to do with some of the items I had, the key items that we left off with last time, and now I'm going to try and figure out where the fuck I'm supposed to go from here, because I still have, like, no idea where I need to go. But I am going to figure it out. So, I've been talking with a merchant, got some more stuff. I need to get a hold of another brilliant red feather so I can get my weapon mastery even higher. I also need to figure out how to get my
Hey, you made it. Got some new stuff
magic,
going
like, mana pool essentially larger. This is a faint red feather, so those aren't really useful. I have both the weapons from here. I did unlock elemental throwing daggers, which are kind of cool. I'm not really going to buy any right this second. I should probably grab some of these just for, you know, alleviating corruption, stuff like that, and status effects. Grab a few of those, make sure we have make sure we can deal with any status effects we run into.
Come back soon.
But yeah, so I'm not sure if this is the best way to start. I've been really freaking busy with just stuff. If you're on the Discord, I think most people are probably going to see this on the Discord, you'll notice that I have just been posting stuff I'm drawing. I'm working on animatic from that Magnus Archives TTRPG. I know I talked about that like a month ago, but I am still working on that. and it is something I am still actively working towards. I'm doing a bit of a redesign to go more cartoony because I kept redrawing in all the human characters because I mostly started learning how to draw with dragons, and as a result, I suck drawing humans. So I've been continuing with that. I've also been just working on drawing in general and posting stuff like that. Actually, that image I posted on Discord, the vertical, you know, portrait mode one, I plan to work... Oh, hey, Code and Assembly. Nice to see ya. So for that image I posted, I actually am planning to move that to more of a horizontal landscape perspective as opposed to the vertical perspective. I thought the vertical perspective just left a lot of dead space with nothing going on. And I am going to be basing the dragon in the background off of Mudwing from, gonna post screenshots, the horrors in the Lady and the Beast-Eared Children. The Lady Knight and Beast-Eared Child. Okay, we've got like a weird doll abomination that's grabbing people and shoving them into its chest. I mean, look, look, dude, I play From Software games. This is just normal character design for me. Oh, look at the fucked up abomination with limbs in its chest. It's like, oh, cool. Does it also carry you off to a nightmare fortress to be tormented for the rest of eternity? If not, you know, the fucking kidnapping Iron Maiden from from Elden Ring has basically got a beat. It is really good though. I like the art. Very good art. Damn though. So this is from the Lady Knight and the Beast-Eared Child. I am currently trying to figure out where the fuck I'm supposed to go in this. I might break and look through a walkthrough just to give me some direction eventually, but for now I'm gonna try and figure out where I need to go. Whoa. Alright, person, get the fuck back. Get away from me. Get away from me. Ooh, item. Red mercury shoot. Okay, so if we fall there, we will die, because fall damage is a bitch in this game. You know, that is something I've noticed about this game, is that fall damage is actually lethal again. I got used to, like, Demon Souls and later Dark Souls games where fall damage wasn't a big deal. So my madness runs deep. Apparently by offering fragments of Divine Gift, I can reduce my madness, which should prevent that scary demon lady from appearing as often. Hopefully. Look to the wait, what does it say? Look to the horizon to reunite with faces of the past. Okay. Let's look to the horizon. They're supposed to be this like a boss fight here or something? Or maybe I haven't unlocked it. Maybe this is like a boss refight area and I haven't unlocked any of the bosses I can refight. Just not sure. Yeah, these are some generally fucked up Berserk style monsters. And yes, I include Berserk with the other fucked up monster thing. I really need to read more Berserk. I know that it's like probably not going to get like finished, or at least not finished to the full extent it was probably planned at, because the author died. I know there's rumors that like one of his apprentices or whatever has his notes, or one of his like friends has his notes or something. But you know, without the main creator behind it, it's always going to be a little bit different than what was probably intended. Which certainly makes me leery, but not necessarily against it. Now, let's see, what else do we got? I really want to figure out how to get the Taoist Super Laser online. I need 5 pips for that, though, so even though I've unlocked it, I can't use it, which it's always really annoying when you unlock, like, Super Nuke Magic, and they're like, sorry, you need to get your mana up till you can use it. I mean, don't get me wrong, it's useful in games, because it gives you, like, a source of progression. Like, hey, eventually you're going to be able to fire off Taoist Super Lasers, isn't that cool? But also, for me, it's like, yeah, but I want to do that now. I want to fire off the super lasers now. Okay, so this is the Firebird. Hold secret paths. Alright, where the frick am I supposed to be going? The main path I was following got kind of like turned back into the monastery area. And I'm not really sure where the game wants me to head at this point. Let's go ahead and upgrade. Do I have like... I could probably get another Mercury Essence. No, I don't have enough. I don't have enough for that. Oh, so I gave this crazy lady an item, and she really was happy about it. And then she started, like, you know, doing the Dark Souls thing where it's like, oh my god, what a fool I've been. Everything is wrong. you know the Dark Souls thing, right? the Dark Souls thing with the NPC, where you give them exactly what they ask for, and then they start cackling and going depressed, and maybe eventually turn evil and try and murder you later. Right, we still have these people fighting. Okay, this place path is still blocked off. I do like the way they like fall back, clutching their guts and shit as they die. Wow, there's really no way to say that. There's really no way to talk about something like that without making yourself sound like a bit of a psychopath, huh? I really like the way the NPCs clutch their guts as I finish stabbing them to death, and they you know, accurately fall away like they've just been stabbed in the gut, clutching at themselves and moaning in pain. That's some top-notch animation work right there. Oh, what else is new? What else is new? So I've been continuing to research Clair Obscure. You know, that video's going to be starting on like actually like recording it all and getting it animated. Not animated, but getting it you know, start editing it soon. I have to go through a massive fuck ton of footage though. Holy shit. I have so much Clair Obscure footage. Just so very much of it. Apparently these hidden paths are going to be a regular thing. I've encountered them twice now, so apparently the invisible pathways are a thing. I was very happy to just never see those again, but From Software brought them back, and now they're now they're like a standard thing in Souls-ish games. So I don't really have a choice but to see them anymore. Oof. That hurts. Alright, game, could you not do this to me right now? Hey, mister, can you die for me? Thank you. Alright, so let's try and maybe explore like these side paths that I didn't go down because dogs and giant guys with explosive rifles. I feel like I'm pretty early in the game still, which is weird. I feel like I should be further along in this game, but I'm not. I also feel like I've been circling the same paths a lot. Is it bad at game direction, or am I just being stupid? I actually can't tell. Not a great sign. Alright, so there's something new here. We picked up whatever. Oh, wait, you have something new. We have a chest. A red glowing chest. Special one. I will say I don't really like the way the game makes you like overshoot when you're running. Ooh, wait, I think that's actually something useful. Holy shit. It's called streamer brain. It is? Okay. What is streamer brain? What is the official definition of streamer brain? When you get lost doing the same pathways, or when you think you haven't like made enough progress as you should. Let's head back through here. Because everything seems to be looping back around. So this was the area I started in, Revenant Temple. So maybe if I go back up through this area, maybe I'll find a new place I couldn't access before, but I can access now. Let us see. What do we got around here? What's the whiplash about? What the whiplash about Lady Knight is it's 80% of this. I put some in the live stream chat. Yeah, I saw it. I checked it out. No, don't get me wrong. I saw the giant doll golem with all the arms in its chest dragging a woman inside itself. Alright, so Bud, I'm a little lost on direction. Oh, cool. You guys are like look important. Maybe you could like talk to me?
Been to the Shoe Sanctum yet?
Any word?
Any word?
Oh, thank goodness. Okay, this might actually progress the game.
What's your next step?
I
You're
do
leaving.
not.
Stay clear of the Tang Emperor's palace.
It's dangerous,
It's dangerous
there.
out there.
You don't want to get caught up.
in the chaos.
Okay, so I should definitely go to the place they just told me not to go to, right? No, that isn't the whiplash. Look again. That's the source, or my blade cannot pierce it at all. The guy, like, are you talking about the sea of, like, human skulls with, like, the weird anglerfish-looking fucking thing? Oh, you posted some more, too. Oh, I see. Splish Girl... What the... Is that a mouth with an angel statue pouring out dark ichor with why is there a demon? And then there's just people doing slice of life stuff. Okay, I will admit, that is some whiplash. That is some whiplash. Playing game becomes secondary to entertain chat. Fair, fair. That is... I nearly forgot to check on stream. Praise you, Don Seeker, for sending stuff on the live stream chat, which made you remember. Maybe I should do an announcement in the live stream chat saying stream's starting as a way to, like, let everybody know. This is a secondary thing. The world is a chaotic place. Alright, so I don't know if remember if we level up again. Let's go ahead. I really probably should respec and, like, get rid of all those stats I put into feathering spells, because I don't use them. Open the donation box. Golden bandit wraps. They cheat torment people, burning, wandering, torturing, foodless, burned alive, green despair, the cruelty no without bounds. Yeah, the ruling authority is evil. We got that. We basically established that by the fact that everything's gone to shit. Wasn't you doing that at one point? I was. And I need to do it again. I used to have announcements when everything on the Discord channel, the announcements area. But I had it automatically set up to go where the announcements would go off with a pre-programmed message whenever I started streaming, whenever I posted a video on YouTube. But the plugin I was using for that, that had the connection, broke, and I haven't bothered to fix it. And I really do need to fix it.
I want to help. Until we meet again.
Okay, so this is the guy we've seen a few times now. We've seen him a few times. He's kind of like the Solaire guy. He's going like, hey, I'm trying to be a good, helpful citizen, not just like devolve into chaos like the rest of the insane nut jobs. All right. So did his brother? I guess his brother either died or got better. All right, so there's a back way we can go now, or did I already come this way? No, I don't think I've gone this way. Maybe. Let's see. No, there are items on the ground. I haven't come this way before. Alright, so I guess this must be the new pathway that opened up. So, with this game, I guess it's not so much interconnected areas as it is, like, main hub areas that you're going to need to go back and loop back into. Not necessarily hub areas, but, like, centralized locations that feed into other locations. Alright, so I need to be constantly coming back to the main areas to check for new open paths and changing shit. That's cool, that's cool. Oh, look, it's a giant Buddha statue. So, this looks like a boss fight area, right? Feels like there's a boss fight here. Or something. Something's going on. No boss fight, no item. We just got a giant creepy Buddha statue in a cave. Cool, good to know. Good to know. This feels really weird. Like, this is structured like a boss fight arena. You know, the water and everything, the ominous fog. And it's just not. I'm not used to things not... I was expecting something to, like, drop out of the ceiling. Even if it wasn't a full-on boss fight, I was expecting, like, a mini-boss to drop out of the ceiling and try and crush my skull in. Maybe am I just, like, you know, broken by the From Software formula of whenever it looks safe, we drop something heavy on you? I don't know. Alright, so this didn't really lead anywhere. That's unfortunate. That is very unfortunate. Let us see, then. Perhaps use the other doorway? Maybe. I'll have to check it out. They said don't go to the Emperor's Palace, which is usually a pretty good reason to go to the Emperor's Palace. Because when NPCs say don't do things, I mean, unless they're being, like, really specific about it, usually you should just go ahead and do it anyway, because why the fuck not? God, NPCs say don't do this, immediately does the thing. And this is not some new thing for me. I've been doing shit like that for years. God, I still remember when I first played New Vegas, okay? And they said, hey, don't, you know, because I hadn't played like a real Fallout game before I played New Vegas. And the NPCs were all, don't you dare go straight to Vegas. There are Deathclaws, and there are Cazadors. They're real nasty buggers. And I'm like, I don't want to go all the way around the desert. I don't want to go this, like, really long, circuitous route. I'm just going to go straight there. It's fine. I'll sneak past everything. Got mauled by Deathclaws and lost like 3 hours trying to force my way past the Cazadors. God, that was a lesson. Because generally speaking, if you ignore the NPCs, worst thing, you just reload real quick, you know? It's not generally a big deal. Ooh, shit. These guys are tough. These are like mini bosses. They remind me of the Black Knights from Dark Souls. And I got a faint red feather off them. I can't hear you because I'm doing thing. What are you doing? I can't open it without the Reverent Temple key. So I've got to get a key from somewhere is the thing. Man, they really like making me move whenever I, like, do anything in this game. I can't hear you because I'm doing the thing. What thing are you doing, Nerd Dragon? Hey, bud. Can you just die? Thank you. Ow, you made me fired. Alright, pop a heal flask. Don't do XYZ, I can't hear you because I'm doing XYZ. Oh. You can't hear me because you're already doing XYZ. I thought that might be an invisible... Okay, I swear, I thought that might be an invisible bridge. I did that on purpose, but I thought it was going to be an invisible bridge, okay? I promise you, I didn't just accidentally walk off the edge. I did it on purpose because I'm a moron. Not because I'm an idiot. Those are two different things for me. Oh, man, oh, man. Oh, man, oh, man. Magic bolt. Magic missile, magic missile. Lightning bolt, lightning bolt. Oh, look, I got another halberd. Because I totally need more of these things. Alright, so let's head down this pathway and see if we can find anything new. I can't just keep going back the way I was. I feel like I need to go somewhere different. And judging by the fact that there are items I hadn't picked up, at the very least, things have changed over here. I'm aware I can equip 2 weapons game. It's just I prefer my short sword. And I don't see much of a reason to use anything else. Like, I have 2 one-handed swords. I guess. But Astral Blade is better than this thing. Technically, this has more damage, but Astral Blade gives me, what was the buff, I think? Yeah, it bolsters my magic attack. Posted one of the last pick from, Lady Knight. Oh? Last one you'll post? Let's see. Wow, it's like From Software had a fusion dance with the Final Fantasy series. That image is like that image is like Final Fantasy, but what if it was From Software? Man, oh man, oh man. Wait, is this just gonna lead back up to the Buddhist statue? This better not lead back up to the Buddhist statue. I think this is just leading back up to the Buddha statue. Shit. No, wait, there's something else here. Okay, a bird I haven't popped, that's something. Alright, I did get that chest, but maybe there's a new path I can take here now. Let's see. Also, this thing is pretty relevant to this game, given all the bird mutations. I think this is where we started the game, actually. So are these guys just like random bandits, or like people who are trying to survive? Because it feels really, I feel a little guilty just mass murdering them all, given how much shit is going on right now. I mean, like the major settlements have been turned into like infection hotspots / just crazy blood pits. Like literally sometimes streets paved in blood and whatever. All right, so this is the Buddha Cliffs. This one, I think this is actually where I woke up originally. So this is not a new direction either. Unfortunate. The glowing... Okay, the painted eye is actually a little creepy. That's like a little bit of ominous creep factor to me. Okay, so there's not really anywhere to go from here. That is really annoying. I do have a question. Do modern releases of Symphony of the Night have hard mode? Be warned, there was heavy fan service in the manga. It's got a borderline romance with the Night Lady and in the Shota she adopted mixed in within the wholesome interactions. Dude, I watch Fire Force. Okay, I'm not gonna judge you for having an anime that has some creepy aspects to it. I watch Fire Force, which cannot stop creeping on the female member of the squad. All right, I get it. I get it. Sometimes other aspects of a show could be great, but then you're like, I really wish they didn't have that one thing. Or even, I like that one thing, but I wish I didn't have to mention that to other people whenever I recommend it. Not that I like the way they creep on the girl who's like the Nikomata fire powers. Which is just so specific and weird. Alright, I've got to get to that side. Okay, that's a part of the area I haven't unlocked either. I need to get to that side of the room. So, let's try and figure out how to get over there. So, if we want to get over there, we need to go up onto those cliffs, which we can probably do by going upstairs? Maybe. Let's go. All the NPCs around here are crazy and or just, like, depressed. Which is a vibe. Just wanted to warn you, because, like, 80% of it is just slice-of-life interactions like that. Ah. But then the other 20% is the creepy stuff. Okay, got it. Yeah. Again, Fire Force is like that. Most of the time, it is just, like, fairly typical shonen stuff. And then every once in a while, it just, like, really hones in on the fact that every fight, this one girl has to burn off her clothes, which is really, really awkward. Because people do want to know about that when I recommend it. And if they don't let them know, they do, like, remind me sometimes. I'm like, yeah, but I don't like telling people that part because it's, like, really weird and awkward. Also, there's a guy with a fucking rocket launcher. Alright, there we go. Took him down. Alright, so now I should be on the other side of that barricaded wall. So let's go... Oh, being blocked by barricade. Let's go further in. And then we should be able to unlock... Oh, this is something. Oh, hey, bad dog. You got it backwards. 20% is the Elder Traumation fight. The rest of it is slice of life, borderline romance. Oh. I see. Yeah, that's fair. I mean, different people want different ratios for that shit. Some people want, like, a bit of shonen action with a lot of romance. Other people want lots of shonen action with a little bit of romance. I personally would like to find some shonen shows that don't have romance at all, but, you know, that's actually kind of hard. God, finding media where there's not, like, a love there is not a central romantic relationship at the center of it. And it can be about, like, you know, completely normal friends or whatever. Honestly, I think that's one of the things I kind of like about, One Piece, is that none of the Straw Hats are, like, shipping with each other. I mean, Sanji is, like, fangirling over Robin and Nami, but they don't want to date him, so it's not really a thing. It's more like a one-sided, he's like that with every woman kind of way. So it's a little different, and there's, like, no... I mean, Boa is crushing on Luffy, but Luffy is so oblivious. Like, even by the standards of shonen protagonists, Luffy is an oblivious shonen protagonist. Other people can fall in love. Other people can have stuff, you know, going on. The Straw Hats are just friends going on an adventure. They are a crew of pirates. And it's great. Man, I love One. I feel like I talk about One Piece a decent amount. He's supposed... Saturn has genuine hard mode that isn't luck mode. This game, considered easy on PS1, becomes hella challenging, actually. Oh. Hey, one of the creepy ladies with pots. Okay, so I haven't explored everything. Maybe I missed the key somewhere. Let's continue grabbing items, and hopefully we can eventually find out... Because there must be something in this area that I've missed. Because I didn't open that shortcut, which means I haven't fully explored this area. And I have, like, plenty of items around here I haven't picked up, which means there's probably a boss fight around here I missed. And that will likely unlock the key, which will help me get to whatever it is that's happening next. I think I was on these roofs at one point, but I... Oh, yep, here's the guy. I shouldn't have done that. Oh, frick. He's so aggressive! Oh, I think he glitched. You know, I'm gonna abuse the elbow. He glitched, man! We're gonna abuse the overloading shit out of this. Oh, hello, Liu Kangaroo Kang. You know, this game inspired me to create my own OC character, Liu Kangaroo, a brown kangaroo, which is my OC. Really? Oh, that's kind of cool. Drawing is something I do a lot. I draw a lot of the stuff for this show, including my little, you know, VTuber and, you know, PNG tuber right here. Figured out just by the nickname. Yeah, I know, really, man. You also have a kangaroo as your, like, avatar as well, so we can kind of see. School remnant as a shoving or a rubbly triangle or blade misunderstanding. Yeah. It is really annoying. Generally, the times I find that romance plots are more enjoyable is when they avoid that bullshit a lot of the time, or when they avoid a lot of it. One of the things I like really enjoy about Rachel Aaron's stuff is she allows time for her couples to be couples. Like, they don't just, you know... one of the things I like is, like, yes, they have a romantic pairing in, like, every single one of her stories. But she actually allows them to be friends and a couple, and you get to understand, like, why they relate to each other and like each other as people. I was about to compliment, but then you start giving it away. Get this, kangaroos in real life are fucking dangerous. I mean, yeah, dude, anything that has that powerful legs can probably kick you into orbit. Like, holy shit. Don't fuck with a kangaroo. Honestly, just don't fuck with anything from Australia. Like, anything that is evolved to live in Australia is either really good at protecting itself or really good at killing other people. That is just kind of how it is. Ooh, look, I got a gun blade. Firearm blades. Wait, is this actually a gun sword? Let me see. Gun sword time, people. It is indeed, it looks like a gun sword. We have gun sword. We have unlocked gun sword. Behold, it's a double barrel shotgun, and they just shoved a blade in between the two barrels. That is hilarious, and I love it. Oh man, I love crazy shit like that. I'm not spec'd for it right now, but like, it is hilarious. Australia is God's quarantine zone. Oh. Yeah, basically. Oh man, it is an isolated area full of really fucking scary things, and everything there either got really good at avoiding the scary shit or really, really good at killing the scary shit, which made it even scarier. Oh man, that's just, it is. The continent tier list, Africa beats Australia, but that's not really fair because Africa beats everyone. Yeah, but Africa also has the Sahara Desert. That's cheating. Also, like, scale it down. Like, if Australia were the size of Africa, I feel like it would probably have about as high a body count. Let's be real. Holy shit. Africa was also the spawn location for humanity. You know, it was the starting location. Obviously, more people are gonna die there. Dante would find that fair use for that. Find use for that, I'm sure. Dante would just enjoy not having that. Now, granted, you know, the hell would find use for it. Dante just kind of got a guided tour of hell. The meta in Australia is neurotoxin stealth build. Yeah, even the jellyfish have that going on. They're like the size of your thumbnail and they can kill you. Oh. Yeah, think about that the next time somebody says they have beautiful beaches. A nearly invisible jellyfish the size of your thumbnail that can sting you and kill you, or at least give you a severely bad, like a bad reaction, like a really bad reaction immediately. Next time somebody says, Australia has such beautiful beaches, just imagine, they're just in there. African killer bees. I don't really know much about African killer bees. I don't really know much about them. I think I've heard the term before, but I have not researched the animal at all, so I am unsure of how dangerous they are. Oh look, it's Kung Fu Panda again. We've been by here. We've been by... Really glad I can't kill NPCs, because I would have killed like so many of them by accident. We'll have a body count, aka correct type of body count. Steam-powered sphere. Sure, I'll buy it. It's not like I have a ton of other things to buy from your shop, and I do have more of those like weird beak creatures. Scares new rookies. Not like it's my career model. I'm sure it's not like my career mode. Yeah. But like we were talking about earlier with like romantic pairings in media, I'm like, I think it's fine to have them. I think generally speaking, they're in so much media. It feels like every fantasy story I have has to give the protagonist a love interest. And I've kind of just accepted this as someone who's, like, okay with romance existing in my stories, but not really something I generally seek out. I have had my moments occasionally, but I don't generally seek it out. And one of the things I have accepted, though, is I can do way better if I have actual reasons why the characters would get together. I also like it when they start out as more so friends, and then they start getting together later on. And they also end up getting together in the story. So it's not just like, will they, won't they, and the last scene is they kiss and marry and happily ever after. Like, having them actually in a relationship and having to deal with the change of their relationship or whatever during the story can make it a lot more interesting, and also set it apart from the thousand other times we've done this in media. Let's be real. Friends to Lovers is goated. Yeah. I really like how Rachel Aaron does it, because one of the things that she's consistently done in, like, every book is she will have the characters get together in about, like, book 2, usually. And there will be some complication, but it's not usually super contrived. It's usually kind of understandable given the stakes they're dealing with. And then by book 3, they're actively in a relationship, dealing with the final crisis together. And if they have more books than that, they're in the relationship throughout the rest of the story. Like, Julius and Marcy were pretty cool. Partially because the main character, Julius, is, like, not the badass. He is the, I am the peaceful, like, diplomat dragon. And Marcy is the muscle. Marcy is the fucking mage who bound a death god. Who is also her pet cat. And could probably literally throw a mountain at you if she really needed to. So I kind of like their relationship in general. And they're really good friends they start out with. Julius is just happy to find someone who's, like, actually excited to see him for him. And doesn't want to be someone different. And then Marcy's just like, wow, you came into my life at the perfect time, and we're business partners. And they don't want to do anything because they're business partners. And they're like, screw it, life's too short, and they get together. And I'm like, you know what, I'd get behind this, because I like both the characters. This clearly makes them happy, and it doesn't feel that contrived. Let's go. I'm interested to see what happens. Oh, there's drama? Because of the plot and not because of bullshit? Cool. The only other author I've had, like, recently do, like, really good job with that, and I say recently as in, like, the last few years, would probably be Naomi Novik with her Scholomance series. And that's mostly because I get why both the main character and her love interest end up getting together. Like, Orion and Elle are essentially two people who, on paper, are complete opposites, but they're opposites for the same reason. Like, they're both people who are considered somewhat outsiders or different because they are ridiculously OP. Elle is basically foretold doom, whose magic leans towards destructive summoning supervolcano bullshit. I'm just here for Temeraire. Oh, dude, you're missing out. You need to read the Scholomance. The Scholomance is, like, really good. You should read it. I highly recommend. I know dragons and all that, but Naomi Novik is a legitimately good writer, and not enough people have read the Scholomance series. It's like if Harry Potter was, like, really fucked up. Elle is this chosen one, but she's foretold to destroy all the magic enclaves that people use to shield themselves from monsters, because monsters hunt mages to keep themselves alive and keep feeding on their magic. And Elle, when she was born, was, why not? I shall consider it. It is Naomi Novik. It's the same author. So her whole, and I'm only giving you like the bare minimum here, like the basics, you know, back of the blurb stuff. Basically, she got this prophecy from like her grandmother from her father's side that she was foretold to bring about the destruction of all the enclaves where people go and live in safety. There's a bunch of issues with it, but whatever. And, you know, her mom literally gives up a better life so that they can go live in secret and she can, like, protect Elle because she wasn't willing to give her up. And Elle's magic is also inherently destructive. She has to constantly fight not to literally rip the magic out of other people, which should turn to, like, a magic vampire, because her magic naturally wants to do that because she is attuned to really large spells that just, like, summon supervolcanoes and conjure demons and shit. So her magic is naturally somewhat malevolent, and has a, you know, immense power behind it. Except she doesn't really have a lot of magic, so she has to constantly fight to not do that thing and kill everyone. Now you're gonna read the entire Naomi Novik work, haven't you? Actually, it's 3 books. It starts with a Deadly Education, then moves on to the Last Graduate, and finally the Golden Enclave. It's really good. The magic system is actually kind of cool. I like the way it works. It's more of a soft magic system where they can kind of do anything, but it has a logic behind it where you get a clear idea of which characters can and cannot do such and such things, which I really appreciate. One of the important parts of it, though, is that L goes to the Scholomance, which is basically the magic school Techno Pocket Dimension. It's not... It's Hogwarts, but if going to Hogwarts was really fucking stressful, and not just for the Chosen One. So she's there, but she hasn't really made any friends, and it really sucks to not have friends in a school where monsters occasionally get in and try and murder you in your sleep. So, because you don't have people to watch your back. Anyway, this is all still from like the blurb. Like you get most of this from just like the first few chapters are from the blurb. And one of the first things that happens in the first book is that there's this really popular kid called Orion, who's like the hero of the school. He goes around like killing monsters for fun and keeping other people safe. Everyone likes him. He's from one like the huge big enclaves. And there's a girl that's nearby Elle in her dorms who dies or gets killed. And Orion suspects Elle was the one who did it because she has this naturally like super fucked up aura that makes everyone immediately think that she's a Maleficer or going to go crazy and rip them apart because her magic has that evil bent I talked about. And he starts suspecting her. And eventually he realizes she didn't do it. I'm not going to get into how that happens. And starts like becoming friends with her. And the thing you gotta realize is that Orion, I'm not going to explain why Orion is really interested in her, but the main reason is that, and you figure this part out pretty quickly too, she doesn't treat Orion special. She like curses him out and tells him to get the fuck out of her room once they're done with whatever happens. And she's like, just leave me alone. And Orion is not used to that. And I won't say more other than it's for the same basic reason why people don't like Elle. And you end up having these two people that everyone sees as like complete opposites, who end up coming close and coming to understanding that they're treated they're treated very differently, but they're treated differently for the same reason. In that people expect certain things from them just by their very presence, and they don't treat them like they're actual people they are. And so when they find people who actually like respect and treat them as themselves, they become extremely loyal to them. And there are other contrived factors involved in everything, including Orion's backstory and the stuff he doesn't even fully understand about himself, and also the prophecy that's hanging over Elle's head, and how it may... I'm not going to say anything more about that. That would be super spoilers. But let's just say it's one of those stories where it's a bit more than it seems on the surface, and also the initial premise is kind of cool. Because this isn't like Harry Potter Chosen One, you know, you're chosen to save the world or some shit. She's literally chosen to bring about the destruction of the enclaves that protect all wizards out there from being torn apart by magical beasts on a regular basis. She's legitimately surprised that no one was told about the prophecy, like that her father's family, for whatever reason, chose to keep it secret. And when you find out the full story about that, oh man, it's so fucking good. It is so good. It's just a good world with well thought out characters, a cool, interesting premise. One of the really cool additions, if you get the physical book, is that they have an actual map of the Scholomance. The big, like, artificially constructed pocket dimension school in the void. I still remember the high school talent shows. Soft magic is the best type of magic, always and forever. Do it work impressively. Always these unexplained bits that reveal there's a whole sea of knowledge out there. Yeah. Although I do like when you mix together hard and soft rules. Like Aragon mixed hard and soft rules. You have the ancient language, which is a hard magic system, and then you have the soft magic system of like emotional or silent casting, where you can kind of do anything, but you have less control. And so like dragons can do miracles, but they have no control over when they do them. When you get popular and treated as better than everyone else, you either get two reactions. Okay, I need to figure out where to go from here. So I need to look up something, anything, to figure out where we're going. So you know what? We are committing the sin. We are looking up a guide because I have exhausted my resources. Wuchang guide. I'm just gonna peek. We're gonna peek. We're only gonna peek. I am the best, and of course everyone should place a gun on the God, I wish they would treat me normal. Didn't even leave out soul physics with all destructibility. Oh. Yeah, and again, the stuff with Orion and Elle, this is like the basic outline stuff. It's actually a bit more complicated, but yeah. I don't want meta guides. I want walkthrough. I want to know Oh my. So we have chapters. Okay, story walkthrough. Worships rise. Areas. We want to get... How do we get into... So what areas have we actually unlocked? Kitchen Witch treated as programming. Is treated as programming. Not every combination will work. There's an infinite amount of them. It's kind of like that, too. The thing with the Scholarman thing is it doesn't explain a lot of stuff, but whenever it explains magic, it makes some sense, and you get the vibe for how things work, which I think is important. Like, you don't necessarily need to have, like, a detailed magical physics system in your back corner. Like, that doesn't necessarily make your show good. It doesn't even make your power system feel better. So here's a good example. Bleach, of all shows, apparently has a really detailed explanation for its magic system. Apparently all the magic, they have, like, the writer has worked out, like, magic particle physics and all this other shit of how his world is different and works on a physical level and how the powers work. And I'm like, that doesn't make it seem less like Ichigo got power up by the power of friendship and immediately got turned into Hollow Mask and whooped ass. It doesn't, just having a very detailed, complicated world doesn't necessarily immediately, make it better. People are put on the pedestal, either revel in or come to resent it. I mean, yeah. Well, it's a very, like, there's not really a lot of other options other than to resent it or embrace it. Alright, so we've unlocked Doom Willow Beach. So how do we get to the Tang Emperor Palace? So in order to get to the Tang... So the previous area is the Doom Willow Beach. So to get to the Tang area... So Soulwood... I think I beat the Soulwood. I shall always saying, good writer, rather genuine one, doesn't need schemes, no rules, because he knows what makes sense in current context and can make profound lore out of bullshit like Guilty Gear. Yeah, like, thematic, that's the one thing I will agree on, is thematically appropriate stuff can oftentimes be, better than just... Alright, so we have to go to the corpse pit. Okay, so we have to go to the corpse pits. And at the top of the slopes from the corpse pit. Alright, so that's giving me a direction. I'm not going to go any more. We have a general vibe of where we need to go, and that's all I needed. So let's go to the corpse pits and figure out where to go from there. That's bullshit blazing. Still, my heart is blazing. It really is true, though. You can have the most detailed, thought-through magic system in the world, but it's nothing if it doesn't serve the plot. Or if it doesn't serve, like, the themes of the plot as well. Which is something even I can get, like, a little distracted by, because I can talk all day about how some stuff has, like, decent magic systems or whatever. And I defend Bleach occasionally for having a decent magic system. But at the end of the day, one of the reasons I just don't like Bleach is that I feel like it got really repetitive from a plot and storytelling perspective. And it just got boring. Which is weird when you think about it. Like, it's a very popular show that has a lot of fans that has been going on for a while. But yeah. To be fair, one of the reasons I also hate Bleach, I haven't read the manga. I've heard some people say the manga is better because it has none of the filler bullshit. And that could be true. It might just be that the manga is, like, objectively better. And I might need to try that out. I still need to try 1000 Year Blood War. People have told me it's, like, hype as fuck. And I have not checked it out at all. At least to extend, but loosely enough they can be unpredictable and making sense. I mean, you don't even need that. I feel like there are plenty of stories that have predictable plots. There are plenty of stories that have very predictable plots. Like... Oh god, what's a really good example of this? I mean, Aragon. Well, not necessarily Aragon. Aragon has a few twists, but for example, for a lot of ways, Aragon is pretty formulaic. It's a pretty basic thing. Or hell, Deltora Quest. Deltora Quest is not like revolutionary when it comes to its storytelling methods. It has a few things interesting about it, but for the most part, it's a generic hunt. It's a generic, you know, fantasy quest. You gotta go get the MacGuffins to defeat literally the Dark Lord, or the Shadow Lord, who we never see and is just this omnipresent dark force. You can argue that, like, they have the weird imposter thing going on, they have lots of cool monsters there, but the actual plot is, you know, learn lessons about life lessons kind of stuff as we go defeat the monsters, get the gems, and defeat the Shadow Lord. You can have a very basic plot, but as long as you execute it well, you can do great things with stuff like that. There's no out there, as you're saying, predictable ones. Still the remarkable writer. Bless you. Thank you. Thank you for that. I would agree with you to an extent. I think maybe it's not necessary to be a good writer. Like, you can be a good writer without it. But generally, unpredictable plots can be good. Although, I'm hesitant to agree with you fully, because I also am very much aware that M. Night Shyamalan is a person. His plots are very unpredictable. It's just not in a good way, you know? I feel like giving out the advice that doing unpredictable plots is good leads to a lot of writers that want to do a twist ending, or like some of the recent Disney stuff with the twist villains, who are always the weakest parts of Disney movies, is the twist villains. Like Hans and Frozen made like zero fucking sense. He had so many other opportunities to like deal with like Elsa or whatever. It's like that really. I remember Frozen watching that. I'm like, to this day, I still think that might be one of the most egregious ones, because he had a chance to just kill Elsa and marry Anna for like the throne, and he actively stopped the guy from shooting her in the face. Which is why I think it is like one of the most egregious ones for me. Divine Might. Okay, interesting. So what happens next, or what needs to happen to overcome it, that's what makes a good plot. Oh. Okay, let's see. Where do we go from here? Alright. So we've gone down here. I only got the basic things of... I know it's around here. I know the direction we're supposed to be going is around here. Alright. Killed the horse. Man, I really hope we can get to a boss fight today. If not, I will have to do some boss fighting in my spare time, because I don't want Wuchang to go on forever. We only have till the end of September to get this finished, because during October we're going to be doing the, you know, 2 games a week thing. Elaborate. You know that someone shall win. What the consequences of travel the protagonist is pulled off in order to win. I will say, having actual fucking consequences and stakes can do a lot to elevate a otherwise mediocre story. Not that this story I'm about to use as an example is mediocre. In fact, I think it's still one of the better stories ever. But one thing I will say about How to Train Your Dragon, and it's something I originally read from another critic, so I'm not sure who I need to quote on this, because it's been so long. I know I saw another review first, but one of the things they said was, having a character in a kid's show lose a leg was so impactful. Mostly because it also was thematically resonant and made sense. Like, Hiccup losing his leg showed the consequences of Stoic not listening, because they charged at the dragon, but it was also the price he paid to set the dragons free from the queen. And, on top of all of that, it was also a way to mimic his bond with Toothless. Toothless lost a tail fin, Hiccup helped him fly, and now Hiccup lost a leg, and so Toothless will help him walk. So neither of the two are complete without the other. Which is why I'm still somewhat frustrated by the hidden world, we need to be apart thing. I get it, the whole, you know, maybe your friend, you can have a closest friend in the world, and maybe your paths diverge or whatever. I get what they were going for. Still angry about the separating Hiccup and Toothless forever. I know they had the special thing too, where his kids like brought the little night flights back, but then I'm like, what was even the point of that ending then? If they're just like if they're literally just, Toothless is literally just living like a quick flight away and come by for Christmas. I mean, that's not even really separation as much anymore. Okay, where was it I needed to go? Because I thought I knew where I needed to go, but I am unsure. Oh my. Let's see here. Tang Emperor Palace. I'm going back to this again because I don't want to waste so much time. Alright, so we have to go up here. We have to go up the first structure and we exit to the side. We have to go up the mountain. Climb the ladder. Okay. Also, hey look, I have creepy red eyes. That's new. How long have I had creepy red eyes for? It's been the whole time? Oh shit, it's almost 8:19. Gotta head off now. Got more work to do in my Kangaroo Sea backstory, ability to the stories. Blue Kangaroo collection. good luck on that, dude. Seriously, if you don't know, there's a Discord link that should be in the description of this video, or you can find it on my main channel page. And if you want to post that stuff, like, we have a place where you can, like, do it. If you want to just, like, give us a post once you have some examples or some drafts, I'd love to check it out. I still remember Kangaroo Jack movies. Yes, I watched those terrible CGI Kangaroo Jack movies back in the day. I think there were 2 of them. If I'm not hallucinating one, I think there were 2. Remember those movies? I'm gonna knock you out. So knock you out. Oh, gods. Oh, so much cringe. So much cringe in so little movie. So little time. Oh, wow. The range on that fire axe is, like, always so much lower than I think it is. Boom! Get wrecked. I am getting better at this, though. Apparently these guys don't respawn, so I feel better at dealing with them now. I'm a little disappointed I didn't get any new item. I got one good thing to say about the Chronicles of Liu Kang is a reference to Bruce Lee film Way of the Dragon, which is what inspired the style. But in all honesty, Kangaroo Jack was a Johnny Cage in animal form. He's got the glasses. I mean, I'm not going to deny that. I can't really deny that, actually. You're 100% right. I didn't really play Mortal Kombat as a kid, though, so unfortunately I didn't get the reference. Alright. Fire! I would play Souls myself, but the emulator is acting funny on me. I want to make Magical Ninja build. You know, there actually is a spell that's like silence. Where to be fair, you can usually do silence better with like other stuff. Although, having, in Elden Ring, there is the night sorceries, which enemies don't see. And they're supposed to be invisible in PvP, but they're also, like, apparently invisible to enemies as well. They won't try and dodge them. You can go, like, full night sorcery build. The Staff of Loss and the Night Comet is, like, the highest damage spell in Elden Ring. Because the night sorceries get, like, a 30% boost or something stupid like that from the staff. If you dual wield the Night Staff, if you just dual wield 2 Staffs of Loss, they will cast night sorceries as, like, the most damage efficient thing you can possibly cast that still does decent damage. Night sorceries do a ton of damage, are highly efficient, and dual wielding Staffs of Loss, which technically you can only give New Game Plus, but let's be real, you can just have, like another player drop them to you or whatever. So it's not that hard. Okay, so we came back here. So this is our way to the palace. Okay, so this is the palace area they were telling me to avoid. So I need to continue my route this way. Alright, well, I've already come here. Paying Emperor Palace. Did I just not find a shrine to pray at? I guess I just never found a shrine or anything here, which is really frustrating now that I'm saying that out loud. Alright. Slash, slash, slash. Alright, we need to find a save point around here. This is definitely where I need to go. Ryabusa ninja style. Versatile enough to wield claymores. I do like proper ninjas in this world. I am writing. They rely on counters, fast execution, and doesn't get tired. I mean, you can do a playstyle like that. Honestly, I think Elden Ring is probably the Souls game I find, like, the most build variety in. Just because the different, like, varieties of magic you have available, like dragon sorceries and shit. You have the night sorceries, you have a bunch of, like, utility stuff. You have all the weapon skills, which are much more versatile than a lot of the games previously. Because the games previously, even with, like, Dark Souls 3 where you had weapons, the fact that you can, like, slot a bunch of generic skills, like the Sacred Blade or whatever, onto a bunch of different weapons, lets you really play around with a much more limited pool than it first seems, but the pool is able to be utilized in a lot of different combinations. Personally, I love, like, low-level PvP in Elden Ring. That's, like, my favorite thing to do. Level 30 PvP is so much fun. Partially because I get to teach noobs that, hey, bud, you shouldn't just mindlessly attack. But also because I run into, like, 4 people at once and I have to fight them with nothing but a toothpick and a bunch of stat boosting equipment because I can't fight them without it. Alright, so this is the palace. Holy shit. Oh god, no, I can't fight two of these guys at once. Oh shit. God damn it. Where you can punch demons with martial arts. I mean, you can, but the martial arts weapons aren't great. They did have a really cool, like, one-shot thing going on for a while with, like, the One Punch Man build. But, like, that was very gimmicky. It was very gimmicky. So I wouldn't really recommend it as, like, a general play style. It's also DLC reliant, so you can't just, like, start the game like it. However, I will say that Elden Ring does have just a lot of fun shit you can do. And the thing with Elden Ring is a lot more weapons are viable. Even in PvP, there's a surprising amount of versatility and variety. Actually, recently, they even found out that the Giant Crusher, like the Super Ultra Great Hammer, is viable in PvP. And people are, like, going nuts about it, last I checked. Also, one person, only waifu, they have, like, these... They started their career using, like, AI voice mimicry stuff to, like, mimic the characters of voices from the game. But they offered good commentary, and it was clearly, like, their own writing, so I did like their channel. They're one of the few channels I can say uses AI in an interesting and responsible way for creative endeavors. I mean, there are other channels that use it as well, but, like, they're one of the main ones I can think of off the top of my head. Oh my god, let me solo her. I will be honest, Melania is one of the hardest things I've ever fought. Melania is an insanely hard boss. And anyone who said she was easy, god damn. The thing with Melania is, people say Melania is fair, and yes, I get it. Melania is not unbeatable or whatever. The problem with Melania is that she requires so much timing. You have to be prepared to fight her, and you can fight her really well. God of War 2 and the Barbarian Hammer situation all over again. I mean, it's not like the most meta weapon ever. But no, let me solo her and say anything. With how I made my character OC is named and made, I wouldn't be surprised if SCV and creepypasta side take it mean okay, OC is scarier already. It doesn't need to be upgraded. What's my other favorite kangaroo in films? From Conga from Winnie the Pooh. I mean, the character alone literally broke me to tears. She's the Disney version of Mr. Rogers. Winnie the Pooh is kind of interesting. I still remember when I told my parents about, like, how they have a Winnie the Pooh horror movie now, and they were like, this ruins the character. I'm like, what are you talking about? It's just public domain now. People are gonna do different shit with it. But Winnie the Pooh is public domain. You can just use that character and stuff now. You know that, right? I mean, assuming that character came out in, like, one of the first things. I'm not sure when Winnie the Pooh's friends were added. His tag-along friends were added to the game, or added to the franchise. So you might not be able to immediately use them. Or her, but you can probably use her, I think. Heal. And throwing the Vorpal Blade. Vorpal Blade, Vorpal Blade, Vorpal Blade. And you, the legendary username I picked, was inspired by that joke I heard in the comment section of a kangaroo attack compilation that said, dang, Liu Kang must be a kangaroo. Oh shit, Madness Lady. Alright, I nearly killed her with just like that one attack, so... No, damn it! I lost all my freaking Mercury. Ugh. Attacks phase through you in God of War 2 when you're holding R2 as long as you're not making an action except holding. You get genuine window of invincibility. I did not know that. That is stupid. That seems like a design oversight. Yeah, you know what I was immediately, you know, it's shameless, but what I was immediately reminded of was this guy who did like Elden Ring and Dark Souls 3 animations where he did like himself playing through the game, Shesman or whatever his name was. He's like an Italian guy. He does like all. He regularly makes jokes about he's Italian. He does some really cool animations of like games he plays. Definitely check him out if you look him up. But he did a whole thing about like how in Dark Souls 3 he hacked the game because he discovered that you're invincible so long as you're opening a door. And he had a little montage of him surviving all these horrible things by just opening a door and running straight to the door or opening a jar or some shit. That's how broken they managed to make That's how they managed to make Barbarian Hammer broken. It still requires skill, so it's not as bad as you think. I mean, yeah. And don't get me wrong, the door thing also is not like a free win. It's not like you just like get to be invincible forever. There's a limited amount of things you can open in a Dark Souls game. It's not like also most boss fights don't really have them around. Man, oh man, if you weren't invincible opening doors though, that would be a very different game. Oh shit. Oh fuck. Holy shit. Oh my god, that was way too freaking close. Man, these enemies are causing more confusion and delay, like every annoying train they have to be scrapped right by the sword. It's a reference to Thomas the Tank Engine, my favorite childhood show. I didn't really watch a lot of Thomas the Tank Engine as a kid. I think I vaguely remember having watched a bit of it on PBS when I was like really, really young or something. Maybe, I'm not sure. It was on PBS, I think, right? Maybe? That was a long time ago for me. God damn it. Alright, bud. You need to stop that. Bad. Go away. Think about what you've done with your life. It is nice when you have like a really dumb ability, but it's on like a balanced weapon. That's kind of cool. Also, I really should be saving these up and not mortal blading him because I get so little chances to attack him that I really need to be using this as like the fire blast. Yeah, the fire blast takes him out in like 2 hits. More of this, please. I want a horror movie titled Murderless Bunnies from Outer Space Attacks in the Fog. Make it genuinely scary. Dazzy taking revenge for decapitation at the hands of demons. I mean, dude, if you want murder bunnies, just watch ReZero. God, if you want a show that'll make you scared of bunnies, ReZero is definitely that show. Holy fuck. That might be some of the most terrifying creatures I've ever seen, and they're fucking rabbits. Boom! Get wrecked, motherfucker. Look at me. I've got my new fire blaster, and I am wrecking these guys now. Okay, so this is what we use. We use the Vorpal blade for the smaller guys because it's throwing daggers, and for the big guys, we need to use the big dog. We need to use that gigantic fire bazooka. We all know ReZero stole the killer rabbit idea from Monty Python. I mean, yeah. But, like, if you're gonna take an inspiration from something, take it from good shit. Also, they did make it way more terrifying. Monty Python kind of made it a bit funny. Like, this fearsome monster is actually scary, but it's a bunny. Whereas ReZero made it existentially terrifying. Oh, man. Alright, so we can't go that way, can't go that way. I guess we have to go that way, I think. And I still haven't run into a shrine, which is really annoying because I will say the runbacks in Wuchang are like really infuriating. These are some hellish runbacks. Whoa, dogs. Throwing daggers. Go! If only Subaru had the holy hand grenade, he might have survived. Gods. You know what makes you really depressed now though? Whenever I hear Holy Hand Grenade, I can only remember that really stupid line from what was it? From oh god, what was that movie that was like just so much reference humor? I know I'm describing so many media. I'm describing so much of media right now. Ready Player One. I just remember that stupid line from Ready Player One. It's like real fans know this, and I'm just like, oh cringe, oh cringe. That was genuinely funny, Dawnseeker. It's like real fans actually know you count backwards or whatever. Oh. Alright. Alright, let's build up my magic points. I'm not really sure what actually causes the magic points to build up. They just kind of appear. I know over time they will regenerate because I have the one-handed sword style. But I swear sometimes doing certain things makes them go back faster. Alright. Fire damage. Oh shit. Fireball! There we go, got him. I still remember experimenting with art styles on my character, like I make OC and Pokemon art style, or going crazy with the anime art style, basically experimenting. That's cool. You know, people are gonna say, Liu Kang, your stories don't have humans, that's why it's always animals. I'm like, well, that's the case of Zootopia. I mean, I can't draw humans for shit. So, I don't really use humans a lot in my stuff. Okay, so I can't get up the ladder here. Do I have to go to the other side, perhaps, somehow? I wish I could open this pathway up. Oh, whoa, wait, there's something in here. Do you know Genshin Impact actually had 2 Monty Python references? I did not know that Genshin Impact referenced Monty Python. No, I did not. I had no idea that it referenced Monty Python. I feel like a lot of stuff. I feel like Monty Python is one of those things that secretly gets referenced by like half of media, if you know what I mean. You know, one of those things that feels like all the creators know about, but like a lot of normies don't hear about. I feel like I shouldn't even say normies, because I feel like Monty Python has gotten like a lot of coverage in the last few years. You know, just because of the internet. But I also like talk to people who don't know what Monty Python is on a regular basis. Like, I know a bunch of people in my family who I've mentioned Monty Python to, and they're like, "What's that?" And I'm like, "What the fuck?" It really does feel like sometimes I live in like a completely different world from other people. And I'm like, I get it. Not everyone's immersed in pop culture 100% of the time, and I need to remind myself of that on a regular basis. But it's also one of those things where sometimes things just seem omnipresent to one person can be like completely alien to another, which I find kind of interesting. And I keep trying to figure out how to get into the fucking palace, and I can't. Alright. To be fair, after I graduate school, I'll be going to work at DC or Marvel Comics or maybe NetherRealm Studios, because my dream would be to add my OC and their roster, mostly MK. That would be kind of cool. I mean, it's not entirely impossible. I know some creators have worked on their own passion projects and eventually turned them into something as a part of the wider thing. Actually, I just recently did a video on Lilo and Stitch, and the guy who was like a huge, you know, the main director and one of the big creative forces behind the movie, Chris Sanders, his original idea for Stitch was as this like children's book character, and when Disney gave him creative freedom over a movie, he decided to just make the movie about Stitch. So if you go do that, if you're good enough at your job, they might just give you the reins to just turn your character into a thing. Although you do have to grapple with the fact that you will be turning your character, your like favorite OC character, into a marketing / license / copyrighted character that you will not technically own, which has worked out badly for some people, so be warned with that. While it can be really cool with the idea of like making your thing really popular and showing to everyone, you will lose creative control and creative decisions over it. So be aware of that, and just like, if you're willing to pay that price, it is a price that plenty of creators have been willing to pay to get like coverage for their ideas. But you do need to be aware of that. If you're not independently publishing it, you will probably have to sign over the copyright rights. Which, you know, whether you want to or not, that's your business, in my opinion. Speaking of souls and ninjas, imagine reverse Big Daddy, where you get hit because you have best dodge, infinite amount, you're fast even with claymores and dragon shield. Anyone claims that Americans can't understand or enjoy British sarcasm, extreme success in Monty Python in America. I mean, I feel like Americans really can get sarcasm. They're just unwilling to. God, it's Monty Python stuff has been fun. Although I don't really, I've been meaning to get it. I've been meaning to get Monty Python: The Holy Grail, which is the main one I've watched personally. And even then, I originally watched it mostly via clips. It took me a long time to like actually watch the whole thing. I mostly saw it via YouTube clips for years. Really, really funny YouTube clips. Don't get me wrong. But I had to actually go seek it out to watch it a while back, and even then, I've only watched it through like one time, I think. Alright, so this is the way back here. Oh, shit. Oh my god, oh my god. Okay, so this is the shortcut I unlocked. And I guess this means this is the way forward? Some Monty Python skits are funny, I don't care much for the Holy Grail. I know Fallout New Vegas referenced it with the old ladies who come beat you up in an alley with the rolling pins. You don't have to lose anything from the movie just watching clips of it. That is true. That is, I think that's the reason I haven't really ever rewatched it, is that there's not much difference between watching the movie and watching like collection of the clips. 'Tis but a flesh wound. 'Tis but a flesh wound. While he's hobbling around. Okay, kill the bird for whatever he's been giving us. The more of the Arum feathers. So that's the way back to the temple. We've been there. There's smoke and incense around here, so maybe something around here that I missed? I'm almost out of healing potions. No, we're back in the shoe sanctuary now. Not great. Yeah, this is a shortcut I unlocked. We've already done that area. And I think we've done around here too. Yeah, this is also a shortcut we unlocked. Yep. We keep going around in circles. Okay. Give me guidance. What do I need to do here? How do I unlock the shrine? So we have the explosive traps. We go in here. We go off to the side. We have to go up. Okay, so I went the wrong way. That's it. We went the wrong way. So this is the shortcut back to the main area. Instead of going that way, we need to go up the tower. I think I went up the tower earlier, though, and I don't remember seeing a way forward up there. Just pray my character doesn't get removed from MK, because if I worked at MK, because trust me, we'd be so pissed, because I worked so hard that character and giving new styles in the story. Oh, yeah. There's in the last few years where I've really gotten into like actually like designing my own characters and arts and stuff like that. Have really just been an experience. And I'm still learning so much every day. Oh my god, I have like no health. Okay, I'm gonna nibble on a bunny. I'm gonna nibble on a bunny dumpling. Bunny dumpling, heal me. Heal me over time, please. I beg of thee. Oh shit. The little bell jingles. Little jingle tripwire. How dare you? Alright, so maybe we go up here. We throw some purple blades at this asshole. Get him down to 1 point. Stab him before he can sound the alarm. That's good. Fuck me, there are so many of these guys. Alright, take them out there. Get them down to like a single blow of health. That's good. Not to mention, if I worked at NetherRealm Studio, I would do things like removing Omni-Man and Homelander and others out of the game, bring back the old MK characters. I mean, that would be cool, but you have to understand at this point, like, I get where you're coming from, but also these days fighting games have kind of morphed into like cameo centers. And I'm not necessarily sure it's even like a super bad thing for them overall. Like, it's not like they're in the main game. They're in the multiplayer mode from what I understand. God damn it. Okay, so I think I can get back here quicker, though, if I teleport to the Shu Sanctum and go the back route. Okay, I think I got this. So this is the direction we need to go. This is our way forward, essentially. And our quickest route there is to go to the... to go to the Shu Sanctum. Teleport using the bird. So we're going to go to the Shu Sanctum. We're going to go upstairs, go to the back entrance, use that to go around. Just realized something. Chuck Norris was broken for power scaling, so none ever matched him, neither against Goku nor Superman. Sure. Let's see. I mean, technically they were matched against them, I think. It was in the Ultimate Battle of Ultimate Destiny. I think Superman and Goku were both in this Ultimate Battle of Ultimate Destiny. I know Superman was. I'm not sure if Goku was. I'm pretty sure Goku was. Goku had to be, right? Like, why would you have a giant awesome battle like that and not include Goku? You include fucking Godzilla. When was the last time you guys watched also the Ultimate Battle of Ultimate Destiny? It has been on the internet for so long, and it's still hilarious and fun. They actually have a really new, modernly No One Dares. Chuck Norris showed up and just, like, murdered everyone. And then, like, a bunch of fantasy characters had to get together to kill him. You had to go, like, 20 on 1. And then it was just Mr. Rogers and a bloodstained Shredder at the end. Gods. They actually have a new animated version of it from a few years back. It's not like super new, but it's like much better animated. It looks amazing. Look, it really does. It looks so good. All right, we need to find the guy with like the giant rolling ball and the flamethrower. I'm trying to remember where the fuck he is. Oh, God. There's so many back paths and secondary ways to go, and I just getting all mixed up. All right, so this one is going towards the cliff. This is not the way. This is not the way. This does not head in the right way either, I don't think. Build's hospital he was born in. Oh. Man, oh man, oh man. You know, I like how they use the candles that just so happen to look like pieces of viscera. Have you guys noticed that this temple is full of candles? The exact color of your internal organs. You know, really nice of them to really make sure that when the candles melt, it looks like there was a massacre. I mean, there was also a massacre, but they really made it look like it was a worse massacre, huh? Okay, I am trying to remember where the fuck this entrance was. I know it's around here. Let's see. We should be looking for, like, the smoke area, because that's right near where our entrance should be. There should be, like, a lot of smoking and incense. And we should see that fucking giant guy with the boulder. Oh, here we are. I'm just told I grew up with those C's, like the MK characters or the original Legends. That's stylish, not gonna lie. That's stylish, not gonna lie. Wait, why am I doing this? I don't want to fight him. Why would I want to fight him again? I can just go over here and fight like normal people who aren't utterly terrible. Wait, why did I just lose a pip? I just lost a pip of mana or whatever. And look at that. Perfect victory, bitches. Am I wrong, fellow dragon? I mean, I'm not a huge wrestling person, personally. I've just never gotten into WWE. That's just me personally. Nothing against it, I've just never really gotten into it. Yeah. Alright, got him. In my eyes, people just beating each other up and everyone for cheering. Again, I don't really have anything against it. I've just never really watched it. But I will say this. If you enjoy it, enjoy it. Love the things you enjoy. I know someone at my work is like a huge wrestling fan. Fireball! Oh yeah, look at me go. You think you're a bastard? I am epic. Imperial bamboo hat. Unlocked. Ooh, this is gonna be cool. We can do the bamboo, we can do the classic Chinese, we can do the classic Chinese wandering swordsman look. With the classic bamboo hat. I've always loved the little conical bamboo hats. They're so cool. Look so cool. Makes you look like a badass. In Shu's retreat, divine show, can you seize the fate or eternal life? Oh, joy of choice. Let's say winged ascension. Let's say winged ascension. I don't know what I agreed to just now. The new modern rap culture is just awful. Yang's other than cringy. Tupac is better. I don't really listen to to be fair, I listen to music which is like whatever I happen to be into. If I see a cool AMV that has an awesome song, I'll listen to it. If I see, you know, if I see a song in a piece of media, I'll listen to it. I don't usually look for media, or look for music in and of itself. I look for music because I liked it in something else. Kick down the ladder, finally. Alright, that gives us a route where we don't have to go through that whole temple route. Cool, so we got to unlock that shortcut. We're making progress. Some people just like competition. Yeah, I agree with like what Code simply say. Some people just like competition in general. Like, I kept up with esports for a bit, specifically the Overwatch League. I actually was, I'm not sure you'd call me a fan, but the team I watched the most was probably the Dallas Fuels. They were blue. They had a color scheme I liked, and so I watched them. That was basically all there was to it.
Let me show you how it's really done.
Oh joy! Wait, there was no cutscene. There was no cutscene or anything. That just like kind of happened. There was something about let me show you, and then it just like happened. I'm like, what the fuck?
Don't be so.
Holy shit! What is with this lady? Something is like deeply. Oh, she's got the two heads going on. I didn't even notice that at first. Holy shit! Lady's got two heads. So I'm guessing the experiments for immortality were, as per usual, fucked up. Guys, it looks like it. Can you guys believe it? The experiments to achieve immortality were super messed up. Like, who would have thought? God damn it. Shit. What are you talking about, the new rap culture? Gangster rap was like heavily pushed by every record label in the early 2000s. Yeah, how old are you? That's the thing. Like, to be fair, I didn't really listen to a lot of rap, so I'm not really sure what was going on back then. Back in the 2000s. Alright, Hall of Music key. Let's go. Ooh, look, we got a whole made garment set going on here. That's nice. Let's go, everybody. We are awesome. You know, multiple times funny how I learned all the critical lessons I need to know from Gotcha from a not safe for work game called the Kamihimi Project are really. Wait. You played a not safe. There's. Oh, of course there's not safe to work Gotcha games. Of course there are. What am I saying? Of course there are not safe to work Gotcha games. She warned me not to drink from the lotus pond, but the thirst is unbearable. I can't think of anything else. She's gone now. I tried to force her to drink before death claimed her. Where did she find the strength to resist? Fine, then don't drink. Surely a single sip won't hurt. Feel itch all over, like something's trying to grow inside me. Forgetting more and more. Blessed Buddha, I don't want to die. I don't want to die. That's not very Buddhist of you to be chanting, I don't want to die, I don't want to die. Coded in, but old rappers like Tupac and Biggie Smalls, they do it. They're storytelling of their lives. New rappers are showing off, so there's firearms. So they're so-called firearms, which I hate. I have like no idea what to say for this conversation because I have no stake in this fight. My first gotcha was not safe to work gotcha. Oh, dude, really? You know what? That actually fits. That fits you pretty well, Gunseeker. Alright, and stab. That dash attack with the one-handed sword is really nice. Alright, let's open up this gate. Door doesn't open from this side. Of course it doesn't. Why would it open from this side? That's ridiculous. What am I talking about? Also, where are the fucking bombs coming from? I'd like to know where the explosives are coming from. That would be nice to know. I should probably need to climb that ladder back there, but I'm really trying to find a shrine, is my thing, so I can actually, like, save. Alright, pick him out. Stabby. Stabby, stabby, bitches. Sure, but they were the cream of the crop back then. There were a lot of others back then we don't even remember because how forgettable they are. I learned that little gains add up over time. I learned that gacha isn't your friend. Treat every roll like a failure unless the mechanics deem that it'll be guaranteed success. Well, you learned the right lesson. At least, hey, you know what? At least you learned the lessons that a lot of other gacha players don't ever learn. Which is that it's not your friend, and the odds are extremely rigged against you. You know what, Non-Seeker? It seems like it made you a better person from the experience. It seems like you became a better person because of the experience. Good for you, man. No, not gacha life. My sister plays that as well. Just like how my dad played MK1 and my mom played Sims 4 for me. I played Xbox. We're basically a gaming family in one apartment. Oh, damn. See, I was one of the only, I was really the main gamer in my family. My brother played, like, Call of Duty eventually, but he really didn't game that much. And my parents don't really do it at all, so... My brother played Call of Duty eventually, he still does play a bit. He doesn't play a lot, either. Oh, finally! Oh, thank everything! Finally, everybody, we finally found a save point. Good gods. Oh, it feels so good. Roller Coaster Tycoon, baby! I was Warcraft 3, Minecraft, and, and Kirby Air Ride. GameCube was my darling as a child. GameCube, Kirby Air Ride, Star Fox Assault, Metroid Prime. I was big into, like, that genre. Also, Pokemon. Pokemon was, like, a huge part of my childhood. Just an immense amount of time was spent in Pokemon Emerald. Like, I was doing the Battle Frontier as a kid when I didn't really know what I was doing, but I was like, I'm gonna keep playing the Battle Frontier. Don't really know what I'm doing, but I just, like, I've done everything else. I need to keep going. Hey, that looks like my demon lady. Playing warriors.
So it's lurking down there now, is it?
What's lurking down there?
Loves a strange beast, huh? Who can really understand a person's heart? Looks like you've hit rock bottom.
She looks like Jinx. Look at her. She got the blue hair and everything. She's got like a Jinx face from, Oh, no, wait. Those are feathers. Oh, she's got the feathering disease going on, like, severely.
Loves a strange beast.
Damn. Yeah. So, shout out your favorite childhood games, though. Seriously. Everybody, what's your favorite childhood games? The ones you played when you were, like, a kid and, like, before you became a teenager. You know? Like, back when you didn't have that many games. RM Feather Force. It's type magic. Conjure first a golden blade and release it forward. Okay, well, this could be cool. I don't really have a, enough mana to do, like, the full thing. I got, like, a holy blade oh, this is so cool. It's like the sky. Oh, this is so cool. I'm gonna get, like, a blade beam. Let's try it out.
Feathered feet.
Oh, wow. I can't really tell because I did something wrong there because there was an enemy behind me, but... It looks like it's not a sword beam. It's just like a holy slash. So you don't get a sword beam. Never mind, guys. No sword beams. I'm sorry, no sword beams. NBA 2K14. Love that game so much. Not really a basketball player, but hey, I've heard good things about the NBA games. I hear more complaints about like Madden and FIFA. FIFA is the one I hear like is really gone down the shitter. I don't play a lot of sports games, but I constantly hear about how like the microtransactions are murdering FIFA. Sims 2. Sims 1 and 2, SimCity, Spore, Maxis was great. All great games. Link's Awakening. Bionicle Mask of Life, I had that on the GameCube. I had it on the PC, played both versions. 100%ed both versions. They were basically the same, but I 100%ed it twice, so you know. ATV, Off-Road, Road Fury. Oh, yeah. Bionicle Heroes was also really good. It was like it was one with the Anika stuff. They had a lot more cool things going on. Ooh, we placed a Buddha statue. What's going on here? Oh, we're gonna have to fight like a giant sea monster or something. There's something in the lagoon, everyone. Something is in there, I think. They did talk about how love is a strange beast or whatever. Something is down there. Oh, what we got? Had it on PS2. Tahu's Nuva level was a nightmare. Oh. Yeah, wait, Tahu's Nuva level? No, it wasn't that bad. The one I got stumped on for a while was Golly's Nuva level, mostly because it was just so large and I kept getting lost. So that was the one that took me a while. I also had a lot of trouble 100%ing getting like the max rank on Kopaka's level. You know, getting all the items and everything, and finding everything you can and grabbing all like the crystals. You know, getting the full 100% on it took a while when I race. Yeah, no, racing the rock shoe with Tahu wasn't that bad. The Kopaka, see, I was 100%ing it though, so I was already doing these things multiple times. The one that was hardest for me to 100% though, which what I was focusing on, was the Kopaka one, his base one, which was so frustrating because you had to race the bull rock while simultaneously trying to grab all the stuff, and it was really difficult to get the max rank on that. That is sacred, not for your hands. Oh, cool. That was a really cool level though. The lava surfing against the Rockshi, oh, fucking badass. Commander Holden. Holy shit! She knows Kung Fu. She knows Kung Fu, guys. We might be screwed. Fireball! Oh god, Fireball did like no damage. Okay, holy shit! My Fireball is like, that's like a 3-hit magic attack. It's supposed to be like my big hitter. Maybe she's resistant. She might be resistant to fire. Maybe she's just resistant to fire. Holy fuck. When you get to the next boss and you suddenly feel underleveled even though you've been lost for hours gathering tons of you know, the currency, like mercury or whatever. I don't think I leveled up just now, which might have been a mistake. Because I just lost probably a bunch of shit. Oh god, I don't think I leveled up since I fought that other boss. Oh, that was definitely a mistake. Oh, please don't let my stuff be in the boss arena. I might have to exit out. If it's in the boss arena, I might have to exit out using the menu after I grab it. Alright, let's, how quickly can I exit out of this game? Okay, return to title. I'll have to go too deep. Okay. They really, because honestly, depending on the game, sometimes there are games where you can exit out and survive a lethal fall. Actually, in Dark Souls, there are several points in the game where if you fall off a ledge but can react quickly enough, you can actually survive. Oh shit, I lost my mercury. I lost so much shit right there. Oh gods. Ugh. Oh my god, I couldn't pick it up. The camera really, like, the movement feels a little weird where it's moving me a bit more or less than I want to, and the lock-on makes it even worse. I do think I did just get, like, a full level piece, because you technically spend the mercury to get level, so I do think I do have something. I have a point. but I could have probably gotten another point or two. So that's on me. I'm gonna upgrade my master of my weapon up, and I'm gonna get more magic. Let's go ahead and get some agility. Can I get any more? I need more mercury, but I have a lot of mercury consumables. Borderline complexion complete. Maybe I'm just misremembering, because I remember doing the Kopaka level a lot more than the Tahu Nuva level. And again, I 100%'d everything. So maybe I'm just going insane. New rival character, the Grove Street Rottweiler, basically a villain in my story's progress. Oh, that's cool. Rottweiler villains. Awesome. Also into Saints Row, but I gotta get death threats from GTA 5 saying no, Saints Row sucks, GTA is better. I've heard Saints Row is at least aware. It's self-aware enough. Like, Saints Row at least knows what it is and has a good time. I feel like GTA, I've only ever played GTA a few times. But whenever I play it, I get this weird feeling the story wants to be like this artful thing, but it also wants to be the game, it wants to be this in-depth storytelling with like complex characters, but it also wants to be the game where you can like lead the police on a chase and like run over civilians for fun, you know? There's this total dissonance to Rockstar games, where they want to give you all this freedom, but they also want the story to be about like actual characters with moral complexity. Meanwhile, the players are over here committing war crimes, kind of undermining the whole complex moral character when you're just like a bunch of people going around creating war crimes. Basically, pass you. Once it's passed you, will not pass it again. I don't know. Maybe I was just really good. I don't know what to say other than to get good. Get good. Get good, Dawnseeker. Get good. Oh, well, that's a waste of hips. Well, that did not much damage. Holy shit. She can close distance like nobody's business, too, so very dangerous. Even my sword does like no damage to her. Holy jeez. Maybe magic damage will do better. I mean, for the pip, it's about the same amount of damage. It's like a few points off, but per pip, it's like way more efficient. It'll just take longer. Holy shit, I'm doing like nothing to this lady. Get good. Oh my god, she's just owning me. She's zoning me so hard. Fireball! Oh shit. It's not just me, I've seen many people playthroughs agree that it's very difficult. Again, I haven't played it in years, especially the later levels, so maybe I'm just like, you know, maybe I knocked that aside with the rest of my trauma and threw it into a dark bucket labeled, do not think about this. Fun fact, my new skin for my kangaroo character would be the Saints Row clothes as he's depicted in the second stories. Oh, that's fun. But in art form, like a reference. Hey! Yeah, at least you're doing something with that. Rockstar's still trying to perfect GTA 6. Honestly, I feel like if GTA 6 is not like the greatest game ever, it'll be disappointing. Although to be fair, I'm probably not gonna stream it even, because like I'm just like not interested in GTA as a franchise really. It doesn't necessarily appeal to me. I don't know. It's weird. When I was younger, I wanted to play it. And now that I played, like, the taboo games, you know, I'm just like, I've seen some shit. GTA can be whatever. It does look amazing. We're seeing one of my favorite fights of Bionicle is against Makuta as Takanuva. And you have to do all the other Toa to get to him. I mean, one of the best fights, to be fair, okay, actually, I disagree. One of my favorite fights wasn't even, like, Takanuva. It was, Vakama versus Makuta. I think that was... Makuta and Vakama have this, like, really interesting dynamic. Where Makuta sees Vakama as an insect. You know, he's an all-powerful Makuta, a lord of darkness. And this is just an arrogant little Matoran who happened to become a Toa, who dares to oppose him. And yet, at the same time, Makuta has seen how competent Vakama is as a character. And he has this, like, kind of begrudging respect for him, especially in the books. I'm talking about the game. Oh, yeah, in the game, yeah. I mean, yeah, the fight, the big boss fight at the end is pretty fun. I really want to get that fire damage online. Holy shit. Damn it, I just, like, she's so fucking fast. Holy shit. I mean, I can get those, I just need to be able to dodge her attacks, but man, there are so few openings against this lady. These bosses are actually really challenging. There are very few openings that give you a chance to actually attack, and you really need to make your attacks count. I'm very happy I went in the magic route, because that does seem to be doing me some good, but damn. I love the bike scene. The bike scene is pretty cool. The fact that he takes a bunch of Rakshi corpses and turns them into bikes. Although they're not really corpses, considering... I mean, Makuta does turn the Krata into Rakshi shells, which then he puts more Krata into. Oh wow, I just had a weird thought. Do you think it technically counts? Does a Rakshi technically count as, like, a sexual thing? Because it's a Krata inside of what used to be another Krata. Because Makuta takes Krata and he puts them into this terramorphic process that turns them into, you know, the Rakshi, like, armor and shit. And then he puts another Krata inside the old Krata. Huh. That's a weird... I don't want to think about that anymore. Especially considering it's all just bits of Makuta anyway. Fireball! Fireball! Oh shit! Didn't get the fireball off. That fucked. Oh shit. Heal. Fireball! Point blank, bitch. It's Tadukin. I found the Krata hybrid to be fascinating. Yeah, that actually kind of is. Although, it brings up a lot of questions. Because the Krata are pieces of a particular Makuta usually. Alright, so I want to kind of bait that, like, lunging attack. I don't want to stay close to her because she does that bullshit. Oh my god. Character, can you, like... Something about the lock-on is a bit finicky. Alright, bait the stab, bait the stab. Oh my god, will you stop? No! I'm getting better at dodging her attacks as long as I stay decent distance away and bait out the specific ones I'm good at dodging, but man oh man is she annoying. I'm doing like shit damage too, like I feel like I'm doing no damage to her. The Fireball is probably the better move because it does seem to do a decent amount of damage at once, and I get few openings, if any. Trying to Vorpal Blade her seems to make her more aggressive. Oh, frick, and those kicks to the face really hurt. Fireball! but I can't just... Oh my god, holy shit. I feel like I'm fighting a boss that I'm, like, way under-leveled for. And yet, I'm also, like, doing decently? Like, it's third attempt, I'm nearly a third way through her health bar, so she's challenging, but I can... As long as I keep this strat up, and her second phase doesn't drastically change her, I think I can do this. Although the second phase is really going to be what's decisive for me. Like, I was doing worse against that big, giant, like, you know, smash together bodies boss. Alright, my last health potion. We're nearly down to half health. Getting hit by her hurts, though. I won't deny that. Holy frick. You chip away bit by bit the boss's health, thus requiring finesse over brute force. I mean, that is the point, yeah. Although, I'm usually doing a bit larger chunk of her health bar against a boss. Like, generally speaking... Like, you have to understand, the fireball isn't the Vorpal Blade. The Vorpal Blade would be like a basic attack. The fireball is like, I have done a charged heavy on her, you know? And the thing is, I don't think I'm under-leveled, because everything in the area around me dies to, like, 2 hits from the fireball, you know? If anything, it feels like I'm a little over-leveled for the area, or at least I'm at the appropriate level, and I'm definitely not below it. So, I gotta believe I'm there. I really hope I can beat her tonight, but I might not be able to. In which case, I might just do it on my own time, or try and practice for the next time, so I don't look like an absolute fool. Also, I would be okay with the cutscene just auto-skipping. You don't need to make me hold down a button. I've seen it at least once. That's all you need. And she just randomly dodges my spells sometimes, which is also just a really mean thing to do. Fireball! Alright, so she destroyed... Wait, there was no destruction. Did you see that when she just did when she does the lunge attack? She just destroyed that little thing, but there's no, like, destruction animation or anything. It just blinked. She touched the, like, the stone monument where the sword from the cutscene was, and it just blinked out of existence. It's kind of funny. Maybe it's my madness level. Maybe, like, that has something to do with her difficulty? Does madness increase boss difficulty? Let me check something real quick here. Oh, shit, no. Forgot, no pause button. It's not even online only, but they decided no pausing ever. At least they're staying true to Miyazaki's vision. There is no escape from the pain. It's finesse one. You gotta memorize her patterns. I know, I'm trying to bait that lunge, because I can kind of dodge the lunge. The problem I have with her attacks is that she's just so aggressive. And her attacks come out really quick, so you basically just have to know what she's gonna do beforehand. You're not over-leveled or weak, you're more stronger than those bosses. It doesn't matter if you lose or not. In the end, it's about never giving up. Fly like a butterfly, stealing a bee. I know. I've been around enough Souls-like games to get that vibe. Madness descends. Okay. Power is increased, but so is damage taken. Okay, let me look into Madness real quick and see if it's also making the bosses more difficult. My inner demon is at... Oh, wow, my inner demon is, like, maxed out right now. That can't be good for me. Okay, let's go to our little tutorial information. Madness. Mechanism, no. Oh. Well, nah, not where I want to go. I just want to make sure I'm not accidentally doing something like having, like, max insight in Bloodborne, you know? So, let's see. Inner demon. Okay, madness... Gaining or losing madness. Killing non-feathered humanoid demon. Alright. Defeating most feathered enemies. Key targets reduce my madness. The effects of madness. Like red turn red. Demonic marks begin appearing. Makes you take increased damage. Cleansing madness. Manifesting a demon. I mean, I feel like whatever. Increased damage, but I take more damage. I'm willing to pay that risk. It's not really that big a deal. She's not invincible, okay? Every boss has a weakness, and there's overconfidence I learned by watching the flaws of villains that lead to their defeat. Oh yeah, and again, I felt the same way about the one of the earlier bosses, the one that was like smash together bodies that constantly did the charge attacks and everything. That thing was brutal too. But once you learn its patterns and its attack moves, you get the hang of it. And I'm already starting to, you know, bait her attacks and everything. So this should be pretty easy over time. Well, not easy, but I will get to it over time. Like, that lunge attack is super baitable, and I will be abusing the ever-loving shit out of it. Come on, do it. Oh, she got Potent Brock. Lunge me. Okay, getting it really close just leads to her punching me. Those punches come out fast. You do realize Batman technically, like, lost in the Dark Knight thing, right? He died from a heart attack because his body couldn't handle the strain. Superman just got up and buried him. You do realize, like, most of the time when Superman and Batman fight, like, Batman, like, incapacitates him temporarily, but then, like, people make Batman out to be invincible. He's not. He's done some, like, super stuff, and quite frankly, he's not a normal man at this point. Like, he is, as much as it is cliche to say, he is Batman. But, like, also just, like, at this point, people say, like, Batman's invincible with prep time. He's like, yeah, if he knows everything about a threat and also has prep time for it, but, like, that's not generally how most threats are initially fought in comics or just in stories in general. You don't usually have a full dossier in, like, 2 years to build up a counter threat for everything. Also, there are just some things where Batman just doesn't have answers for. Quite frankly, I think I love the Tower of Babel, where it's like, he just doesn't have a contingency for some people. It's just like, yeah, there are some people, it's just like his whole thing with Plastic Man was like, yeah, if this doesn't work, I'm not sure if we can actually, like, humanely contain Plastic Man. I'm not sure if I can take Plastic Man alive. I could freeze and shatter it maybe, but I'm still not sure I could actually take the man alive. Because Batman isn't perfect. He's not, like, ridiculously OP. And don't get me wrong, Superman is also, like, vulnerable to shit. But, like, most of Superman's weaknesses at this point are, like, kryptonite. But, like, over time, it's gone from it basically renders him catatonic to it makes him a normal man almost. And a little woozy. There's Red Sun, which, yes, there are versions of Batman that have put up, like, Red Sun generators in an arena and said, go to town. Actually, the whole Soviet Batman-Superman thing had them do that in that fight. And I think he still lost that one. Villagers are trying to one-up each other. Oh, yeah. And don't get me wrong, Superman might have, like, won the fight in the end, but that's only because Batman's body gave out, not because he actually beat the man. At least in the Dark Knight comic. And even then, he did technically live, which is kind of funny. They're always trying to one-up each other. It's why most of the times when I read comics, I read, like, limited run things that have, like, a set run and end date. It's not even comics, it's ongoing comics. Like, Dragon Ball ran into this problem. If Dragon Ball just ended after Dragon Ball Kai or whatever, like it had been meant to, you know? And we hadn't gotten Dragon Ball Super. Goku would have been, like, universal scale, but he wouldn't have been fighting literal gods constantly. But that's where he is, because it kept going, and now he had a fucking wrestling match with gods and multiverse heroes and shit. Because it just never ends. If a story keeps going, it keeps needing escalating stakes. It doesn't necessarily need to escalate the power level. You don't need to, but a lot of stories just do, because that's the way they know how to reliably improve the stakes. I actually kind of like it when the stakes almost pull back, and it becomes like, yeah, the enemy's not powerful, but they're dangerous in a different way. One of the characters that did this really well was Jessica Jones. Her first character that she was against was the Purple Man, which he wasn't powerful in, like, a physical way. Like, she could just walk him and punch the man, and she could just shut him up for 5 seconds. But he's a psychological threat, and he's also a dangerous threat because he can control anyone he talks to. Like, just talking to someone, he can keep control of them. I mean, basically anyone with magic could take Superman. Let's be real here. He has no resistance to magic, and magic can do some stupid shit in the DC universe. Like, Dr. Fate could probably take him. There are plenty of characters in DC's own universe that can take Superman. Consistently, too. You'd say that, but like, if Lex Luthor can't kill him, can't take him out with kryptonite lasers, the average thug, you know, like I said, over time it's been less that kryptonite is an instant win against him, and more that it makes him weaker, or whatever. It used to be a big deal, from what I understand, like the Golden Age comic, but as time has gone on, just due to the fact that they want to have him in different. Oh, frick! Oh, great! We've entered phase 2. Oh shit, she's doing water. She's oh shit! This feels like Melania. This feels like I'm fighting. It feels like I'm fighting Melania again. Oh boy. God damn. Okay, her phase 2 is kind of nutty. Same with Mike Tyson. I once heard my friends say Mike Tyson's gonna be a kangaroo. I'm like, brah, like that would happen unless it's done on parody shows. Yeah. To be fair, threats tend to, like, match the story they're in, too. Yeah, you are right about that. Alright, I need to figure out something here because I am getting my ass kicked. Is there any way I could, like, improve my flask number, maybe? Let me see something here. Honestly, I think this might be it for tonight. We're kind of reaching that point where I'm like, might need to get going. Also, increases the health recovered by it. Need to get more Forgotten Remembrances. Yeah, I think this is probably a good place to start stopping. You know? Take a bit of a breather. Come back here next time with fresh eyes. We did fight one boss. We fought that, like, Priestess Shrine boss. So we did get one boss fight done. Which is always, like, one of my goals, is to have at least one boss fight, you know, finish per session. So yeah, I think this is pretty a good stopping point. I've got work tomorrow, and I will see you guys all next time, where we'll continue. I swear, Dawnseeker, we're gonna continue Witchspring R. I do want to keep going with that. It's a fun game. It was a good recommend, and yeah. So this has been Wuchang for now, and I guess I will see you guys next time. Bye. Bipedal. Wait, bipedal Roy Drab. Okay, that's funny. Good one.